look like, and does that give you a team for tomorrow?
Yeah, it looks quite dry at this stage, so it does give us an 11. The 4 that will be missing out are Coulter Knoll, Sean Marsh, Moses Henriques and Jackson Bird.
And do you remind me it'll take spin from the start, do you think, or is it going to get pretty tricky to bat on by the end?
I think the second innings it'll definitely take spin. I'm not sure about the first innings. It looks pretty dry at this stage and lots of cracks down the wicket, so it certainly could take some spin in the first innings as well.
So looking at the Sri Lanka team, I mean, how do you sort of assess a team like Sri Lanka who had just been having injury after injury, and does this sort of give you always more confidence that you all can sort of steamroll the team?
Yeah, look, I think the Sri Lankan team are obviously a pretty young team at the moment, inexperienced in a bit of a transition period. But as are we, we've got quite a few new players as well, having just lost about 7 of our senior players just recently, or less than a year ago. So, yeah, look, this series is going to be a difficult one for us. Traditionally, we haven't played as well as we would have liked in the subcontinent over the last couple of years, and yeah, this is going to be a big challenge for us, but we're all really excited by it, and hopefully we can have some success on this tour.
Oh, it's good. One is fitness. I mean, is he he's playing, right?
Yeah, he is playing, yeah.
Australia's got a very strong record though in Sri Lanka, which is kind of an exception to that subcontinent. Does that give you any reassurance or confidence?
I think that the wickets that we're likely to see on this tour are going to take quite a bit of spin, so I'll say we haven't had great success on those sort of wickets that have taken quite a bit of spin. So yeah, look, it's going to be a big challenge for us. They've got some quality spinners led by Rangan Herath, who's done exceptionally well in these conditions. So the batters are going to have some good plans against him, and I guess counteract what he brings at us.
Steve, do you sort of see the preparation you've done here like kind of quite early, so perhaps a blueprint for the future and some of the
Yeah, possibly. We're pretty blessed to have had enough time to get here early. We've had a good 2-week prep with a couple of practice matches, one amongst ourselves and one against the Sri Lanka 11. So it's been a good prep for us. We've been able to accustom to the heat and humidity and the wickets as well. So we've had a good prep and we're ready to get into it now.
Steve, just about the Test Mace presentation you had earlier today. Would you prefer to get that at the end of a match or a series? So when you won rather than immediately before you're starting another series?
It doesn't bother me too much, really. I guess it's just the way the rankings work. They decided that this was the right time to do it, and it was a great honour to accept the Test Mace as the number 1 team in the world at this stage. So a lot of hard work in front of us to make sure we stay at number 1.
I was going to say, will it feel like even better achievement if you can say hang on to that through this next period where you've got a couple of tours to Asia and a couple of tough Test series at home?
Yeah, we do have a couple of tough Test series coming up. So yeah, for us, we know that there's a lot of hard work in front of us if we want to stay at number 1. We're going to be the hunted now, I guess, that we're at the top of the tree. So yeah, we've got to work hard to make sure we stay there.
Steve, what is that Australia had to do from the playing in Australia and playing subcontinent? What are the major changes that you have to undergo playing in these conditions?
Yeah, I think it's just adapting to the different conditions. They're completely different to what we get back home. The wickets take quite a bit of spin. There's quite often reverse swing being seen in these games over here. So we have to find ways to, first of all, make sure we're getting the work on the ball when we're fielding, and when we're batting, making sure we've got plans in place to I guess, counteract whatever they bring at us. So it is completely different conditions, and we have to find ways to be successful in them.
Steve, you got the 2 spinners playing together, obviously. How do you see them working in tandem?
Yeah, we do have the 2 spinners. I think they bowl really well together. I think they've been lucky enough to play quite a few games for New South Wales together. They work well together. They're close, and it's going to be exciting to see them go at it again. They did it in Dubai and Abu Dhabi not too long ago. we obviously didn't have the success we would have liked over there, but they've got another opportunity to play together, and I wish them all the best for this series.
And with the ball going in different directions depending on who's bowling, how do you see that working?
Yeah, I think that's pretty important to have the ball going both ways. So we're lucky to have a left arm orthodox and an off spinner doing that, and they're going to play parts throughout this series, there's no doubt.
Steve, there's some unfamiliar names in that Sri Lankan team to a lot of people. Have you done a lot of prep on who they are, or did you watch the series in England and get an idea of some of those and get some other intel from around the traps?
Yeah, we've watched plenty of footage, or as much footage as we could find on. I think they could have potentially 5 debutants, so it was tough to get some footage on that. But we know what we're coming up against. We've had a look at them. We saw most of them play in England, and look, they've, as I said, they're quite an inexperienced squad now without the runs of Mahela and Sangakkara. So hopefully we can exploit that a little bit.
Is that pretty rare in international cricket to come across guys that you don't know a lot about? It's a fairly close community.
Yeah, it is. I guess it is rare, but they're in a bit of a transformation phase at the moment. So yeah, I guess that's just part of it.
Thanks, guys.
First of all, can you just tell me, is all your boys fit for the squad?
That is a problem that we've been facing right throughout England, and also here, unfortunately, we have a couple of injury concerns. Once again, Suranga Lakmal and Dhananjay De Silva just got hit in his finger, so we'll have to assess those two and make a final call tomorrow. He had a knee issue straight after England, but he recovered from that, and now he's got a hamstring tightness. And the physio will have an assessment in the morning tomorrow and let us know if he's fit to play. Dhananjay got hit while he was bowling, so we'll have to once again to have to look at him in the morning.
So you consider yourself one of the most unfortunate captains who have
I don't know what to call myself, but the coaches in the back end have to do a lot of work, producing players and also trying to get them fit. We need more players coming through the ranks, so they have a bigger job to play in for the next 1.5 years.
Looks like you might have a couple of debutants playing tomorrow.
Exactly. Thiriman is out of the squad, so number 6 spot is vacant. So Dhananjay De Silva and Roshan Silva is top contenders for that position, and also in the bowling lineup we still haven't decided because Suranga Lakmal is doubtful. So we will have to make a final call tomorrow.
If Roshan plays the game, it'll be a big moment for Ashwini Silva as well, to have 3 of his perhaps playing the same test match.
Yeah, absolutely. One proud moment for a very special coach. He's worked extremely hard during our school days, and he has shared a lot of information and experience. So it's going to be a proud moment for him. All 3 of his juniors coming through the ranks and playing in the same team, and most importantly in the national team.
What do you make of the current Australian side having played England recently?
Yeah, they are the number 1 team, and to be the number 1, you need to be consistent as well as good. So they've showed that in the past, and it's our home condition, but still we have to, as I always say, we have to play our best cricket to win against, to be the number 1 team in the world. They've performed in and out of Australia, and they are a very consistent team and a strong unit.
Actually, in the 3-day game, it was the Aussie spinners who did well. In the 3-day game, Aussie spinners who did well, and the game was over in 2.5 days. So, what sort of challenge that you would expect them to come in with?
Yeah, especially in these conditions, the spinners might play a bigger part, and their spinners have performed really well. We had to play a half-hearted team because our A team is in England. The development is out of the island. The under-19s are out of the island. So we didn't play the best of the 11s due to those factors. But I think they've bowled pretty well. Their spinners have bowled pretty well. They have a very balanced unit in they've got pace as well if they need pace. So I mean, the wicket looks really good from here. I mean, it looks very hard and very good. So it might dry out when well, obviously this is a dry zone, and it might dry out in the next few days. So it might take a bit of time. But regardless of their spinners or seamers, I think we've got to concentrate on putting the runs on the board.
Well, you are coming at number 5, and are you still decided on your number 3 and 4 places?
Yeah, I mean, Kusal Mendis will bat at 3, and Chandimal will bat at 4 and keep wickets for us.
Angelo, is he sort of injured or just Tiriman? Is he sort of injured or just?
No, he picked up an injury during the one-day series in England, and now he's left out of the squad due to Dhananjay De Silva and Roshan Silva performing ahead of him in England.
How do you sort of see that having backed him so much during the series and before that for a whole series, him not being there? How do you sort of see that?
Yeah, it's slightly disappointing. He's one of our technically very correct batsmen, but unfortunately you need the runs on the board. And I think we gave him a lot of opportunities, and unfortunately he didn't come through. But at times like this, we need to stand by him, and also he needs a bit of a break to refresh himself and think about the game more and come back strong.
And Mitchell Stark has sort of targeted you as the key batsman from the opposite side. So how do you plan to respond to those kind of challenges?
No, I think it is going to be a tough challenge. As a senior player in the team and as the captain, I think they'll obviously target me. And also, when you become senior, I mean, you get targeted more often than not. So I think it is going to be a good challenge. And he's we all know that he's one of the quickest bowlers in the world, and he has bowled really well in the past 1.5 years. So it's going to be a good challenge.
And if you look back about the last 5 test matches that you played, we haven't had a decent stand for the opening wicket, first wicket I mean. So are you still happy with the current opening pair, or did you have a change?
I am actually happy with the current opening pair. I think especially in England in tough conditions, I thought they put up some good efforts. I mean, after all, getting those, we lacked getting those big hundreds. I mean, all the batsmen. And we need to. I mean, if we can get a good start here, I mean, we can work our way through. And opening combination is going to be a key part in our batting unit. And if they can get the shine off the ball and try and send the bowlers into their second, third spells would be ideal.
Angelo, during the England series towards the tail end, there were certain improvements that were made. What's one particular area that you are desperately keen on to improve this series?
Yeah, we saw bits and pieces of improvement, especially in the batting department. I think if we can be more consistent and converting those 30s, 40s, 50s to bigger ones, I think 100s, 150s would be ideal. But I think as a team, as a captain, I want my team to try and improve in all 3 departments. I think we've done pretty well in patches, but not consistently enough. So I think we need to try and improve on our fielding, batting and bowling.
He's been not only just a consultant in Australia, but been an extremely good net bowler as well, bowling fast and fast. What's your take on the whole issue?
No, I think it is not an issue. I think all the well, anyone's allowed to do any job. I think we also can take him in the future, and Aussies have taken him to get as much as information as possible, and I think no one can stop that. I think they've played the game, and if they want to pursue in their coaching or consultancy roles, I mean, well, I don't see an issue. අවාසනාවකට ආයි සුරංග ලක්මහල් සහ ධනංජය ඩි සිල්වා ආබාධයට ලක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අපිට අපේ බෞද්ධ චිකිත්සකවරයා හෙට දිනේදී තමයි ඔහුව තව ටෙස්ට් වලට ලක් කරලා අපිට සුරංග ලක්මහල් ෆිට්ද කියන එක ගැන කියන්නේ. ධනංජය ඩි සිල්වා මම හිතනවා ඔහු ෆිට් වෙයි කියලා. නමුත් මම සුරංග ලක්මහල් ගැන තාම ෂුවර් නැහැ. ඉතින් අපි අපිට දිගින් දිගටම මම කලින් කියනා වගේ අපිට තව අපේ පිටිපස්සේ ඉන්න පුහුණුකරුවන්ට සැහැණ විශාල කාර්යභාරයක් තියෙනවා. මොකද ඊළඟ වසර එකමාරේදී වසරේදී මම හිතන්නේ අපිට ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා ප්‍රොඩියුස් කරන එක සහ ප්ලේයර්ස්ලව ෆිට කරන එක සහ ප්ලේයර්ස්ලව හොයාගන්න එක මම හිතන්නේ තව දුරටත් දිගින් දිගටම කරන්න ඕනේ අපි. මොකද අපිට ෆාස්ට් බෝලර්ස්ලා ඉන්ජර්ඩ් නම් අපිට තව ෆාස්ට් බෝලර්ස්ලා ඉන්න ඕනේ. මොකද අපිට ජාත්‍යන්තරයේදී මේ ජාත්‍යන්තර මට්ටමවලදී අපි ක්‍රීඩා කරනකොට අපිට කියන්න බෑ මට නායකයෙක් විදිහට ඇවිල්ලා කියන්න බෑ අපිට බෝලර්ස් නැහැ කියන එක. ඉතින් බෝලර්ස් නැත්තම් ප්‍රොඩියුස් කරන්න දැනගන්න ඕනේ අපි. ඉතින් අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා මේ කාර්යභාරය ඉෂ්ට කරයි කියලා.
ඒ වගේම මේ දවස්වල කතා බහට ලක්නා මුරලිගේ කාර්යභාරය පිළිබඳව ඒ පිළිබඳව තව කැමති දැනගන්න ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ. මම හිතන්නේ ඕනම කෙනෙක්ට ඔහු ඒක මම හිතන්නේ ලංකාවට කරලා තියෙන සේවය මම හිතන්නේ අගය කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම ඕස්ට්‍රේලියානු කණ්ඩායම ඔහු වටිනවා කියලා හිතලා මම හිතන්නේ ඔහු මේ සබ් කොන්ටිනන්ට් එකේ සෑහෙන විශේෂයෙන් ලංකාවේ සෑහෙන විකට අරන් තිනවා. ඉතින් ඔහුගේ එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාව යූස් කරා. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා ඉස්සරහට අපේ කණ්ඩායමටත් අපි යූස් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. නමුත් මම හිතන්නේ අපි කාටවත් නවත්තන්න බෑ. අපේ කණ්ඩායමත් එක්ක වැඩ කරේ නැහැ කියලා වෙන කණ්ඩායමක් එක්ක වැඩ කරන එක මම හිතන්නේ මේක වෘත්තීය මට්ටම ගෙන් යන දෙයක්. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ අපි කාටවත් ඒක නවත්තන්න බෑ.
With all these injuries coming on and on, for a team, how can you plan strategy? I mean, you have your bowlers, you have your set bowlers, you know how to plan against the opposition. But when you find that you have one bowler suddenly gets injured, then you have to go back to someone else who cannot do the same workload which the person. How difficult is captain for you?
Yeah, it has been a very frustrating few months. I think not only one bowler, we've lost so many. I mean, Van der Sey is one of our key bowlers when it comes to spin department. Dhammika Prasad and Chamira Dushmantha, two of our key bowlers when it comes to seam bowling. And I think it's very frustrating to see bowlers going down. But you can't blame them because the workloads has been very high in the recent past. So when they play all three formats and also when they play continuously, the body eventually gets tired. But I think as backup staff, I think we need to try and look for more new players and try and get them ready and fit to take up the challenge in the international level. I think we can't always keep saying that the bowlers are injured, we haven't got that many bowlers. We need to try and find them if we don't have. And I think the coaches at the back end have a great task and they need to find bowlers for us.
Don't you think that is better
I think it's very hard to divide those players when it comes to Test One Days and 2020 because we haven't got a wide range of choices to make. To pick from, and that is quite frustrating. And the bowlers who are fit, they've got no choice other than to play all three formats.
Australia again, okay, ප්‍රබලම අපේ කණ්ඩායම. ඔබ දැන් නාවක පිළිගන්න සම කොහොමද මේ අභියෝගෙට මුහුණ දෙන්න සූදානම් වෙන්නේ සැලසුම්?
මම හිතන්නේ අපි හුඟක් කතා බහ කර අපිට කරන්න පුළුවන් හැම පුහුණු කටයුතු පුළුවන් තරම් හැම දෙයක්ම අපි කරලා තියෙනවා. අපිට දැන් ඉතින් ගිහිල්ලා කරන්න තියෙන්නේ හොඳට ක්‍රීඩා කරන එක තමයි. මම හිතන්නේ නවක ක්‍රීඩකයන් ඉන්නවා හිටියා. නමුත් ඒක කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. අපි නම්බර් 1 කණ්ඩායමත් අමුක සෙල්ලම් කරන්න. ඉතින් අපි මේ චැලෙන්ජ් එක බාර ගන්න ලෑස්ති. අපි හොඳින් ක්‍රීඩා කරන්න අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
මිලින්ද සිල්වාද මොකද මේ සංචිතය ඇතුළත් වෙලා ඉන්නවා?
මිලින්ද සිල්වාද නෑ මේ සංචිතේ. සිලෙක්ටර්ස්ලා පික් කරා ධනංජය ඩි සිල්වා ඕල් රවුන්ඩර් කෙනෙක් හැටියට සහ රොෂේන් සිල්වා. මම හිතන්නේ ධනංජය ඩි සිල්වා ඒ ටීම් එකේ හුඟක් ලකුණු රැස් කරා එංගලන්තයේදී. ඉතින් සිලෙක්ටර්ස්ට හිතුණා ධනංජය ඩි සිල්වා බලන්න ඕනේ කියලා මිලින්ද සිල්වාද ඉස්සල්ලා.
අනිත් සමාජයාල වේපඩුවල මිලින්ද සිල්වාද දැනගන්න විවිධ අදහස් වෙනවා. ඒ සම්බන්ධ දෙන්න ඔබ ඉවත් කරලා තියෙන්නේ පුදුම දන්නේ.
ඒ සම්බන්ධ
ඒ කියන්නේ සමාජයේ ජාල වේපඩුවල මිලින්ද සිල්වාද ඉවත් කිරීම ගැන විවිධ අදහස්. ඒ සිලෙක්ටර්ස්ලා ඒව ගැන හිතලා කරා කියලා කණ්ඩායම නායකයෙකුට මොකද හිතන්නේ?
නෑ මම හිතන්නේ එහෙම දෙයක් වෙන්නේ නෑ. මොකද සමාජ ශාලා වෙබ් අඩවිවල ඕන දෙයක් ඕන අවස්ථාවකදී කියන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ තේරීම් කමිටිය අය ඒව ගැන හොයලා බලලා තමයි මේ ඩිසිෂන්ස් ගන්න කියලා මම හිතන්නේ හැමදෙස්සෙම අපි විශ්වාස කරන දෙයක් තමයි. මම
නායකයා වෙලා ඉන්නකම් අපි ඒ කියන්නේ perform කරන අයට තමයි තන දෙන්නේ. නමුත් සමහර වෙලාවට එක player කෙනෙක් ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හිතනවා නම් හොඳයි කියලා එයාට දීර්ඝ අවස්ථාවක් දෙනවා. නමුත් හුඟක් අවස්ථාවලදී දැන් ධනංජය ඩිසිල්වා රොෂේන් සිල්වායි ඒ තරඟාවලි දෙකේම හොඳට එංගලන්තේ ක්‍රීඩා කරා. ඒ වගේම සඳකැනුත් හොඳට පන්දු යවලා තිබ්බා. ඉතින් ඕන් තුන්දෙනාව තමයි මේ ස්ක්වොඩ් එකේ ඒ කියන්නේ අලුතෙන් තෝරාගත්තේ. ඔව් මම හිතන්නේ දැන් අපි අවුරුද්දක් එකමාරක් පමණ කාලයක් තිස්සේ මම හිතන්නේ නවක ක්‍රීඩකයන්ව තමයි හුඟක් අපේ කණ්ඩායම ගත්තොත් සෑම අවස්ථාවකදීම නවක ක්‍රීඩකයන් රසක් ඉන්නවා කණ්ඩායමේ. මම හිතන්නේ නවක ක්‍රීඩකයන්ට හුඟක් අවස්ථාව දෙනවා. ඉතින් අපි මේ පුහුණුකරු සහ ක්‍රිකට් ආයතනය සමග ඒ හොඳ සැලැස්මක් යොදලා තිනවා. ඉතින් අපි මේ සැලැස්මේ හිටියා නම් දෙකටම මම හිතන්නේ ඒ රිසල්ට්ස් උත් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි.
මේ අභියෝගාත්මක අවස්ථාවේ ඔබ පන්දු යවන්නන් සහ පිටිකරුවන් සම්බන්ධයෙන් කවුරුත් සම්බන්ධයෙන් විශ්වාසයක් තියන් ඉන්නේ මේ තරඟාවලියේ.
ගහන 11 දෙනාම ගැන මට ලොකු විශ්වාසයක් තියෙනවා. නමුත් අවාසනාවකට අපේ හොඳම පන්දු යවන්නන් ටික ආබාධ වලට ලක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. නමුත් එහෙම කියලා අපිට මේ තරඟය ගහන්න නැතුව ඉන්න තයි. ඉතින් අපිට දැනට ඉන්න ෆිට් වෙලා ඉන්න හොඳම පන්දු යවන්නන් අපි සිලෙක්ට් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඔවුන්ගෙන් අපි මේ කාර්යභාරය ඉෂ්ට කරගන්න තමයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මම කලින් උත් කිව්වා වගේ අපි අපේ කන්ඩිෂන්ස් වල ගැහුවට අපි හුඟක් හොඳට ක්‍රීඩා කරන්න ඕනේ මේ නම්බර් 1 ආස්ට්‍රේලියානු කණ්ඩායම පරාජය කරන්න.
Quite strong. How do you want to approach them with your experienced bowlers? Do you want to be aggressive or do you want to contain, or what's your approach?
Yeah, a bit of both. I think you must find out the situations first and how the wicket plays, and especially the spinners will have a lot of workload on this. But whether it's spinning or seaming, I think we've got a couple of key bowlers in Rangana Herath and also in Dilruwan if it spins, and also Suranga Lakmal hopefully, and Nuwan Pradeep who has played quite a few games, and they've got enough experience. So hopefully we have set up a few plans and hopefully we can execute them.